Keeping up with the Joneses is the number one way to be an unhappy person.
There we go.
Nobody else's physique, nobody else's bank account, nobody else's girl, nobody else's guy, nobody else's trips, nobody else's car, nobody else's follow count, blue check mark. It's never gonna work out. It's never gonna work out. Go into your cocoon. A lot of times I make pretend I was part of the University of Miami football team with The Rock, and I have to do, the whole team's watching. I really have to do this stuff with my head, and I like that stuff, and I want people to kind of almost live their life that way. Do not live for anybody outside. Live for yourself, play within your own cocoon, create your own scenarios with yourself, for yourself, and very good outcomes will happen.
Let's talk on this mindset for a little bit, because this is my number 2 or maybe number 1 performance hack, is the story that you're telling yourself in your head.
100%.
Because when most people go to the gym or do anything hard for that matter, they what if the bad stuff. What if I can't do it? What if I fail? What if I embarrass myself in front of all these people? I like to play the game, what if the good stuff? What if I could go for a minute longer? What if I could do 3 more reps? What would it mean about me if I was able to accomplish this thing?
Comma, I love that. It's very beautiful. Comma, what about the concept of if you go to a public gym and you're only doing 15s and somebody snarks at you, what about actually feeling bad for that person?
Yeah.
To me, the thought that somebody would try to hurt your feelings when you're in the gym just means they're deeply insecure. Deeply.
Yeah.
And so I think we as a society need to start feeling bad for people that try to make us feel bad. Actually feel bad for them.
Well, it's your whole brand, empathy.
I believe in it. I genuinely have compassion for people that are trying to hurt me.
Yeah.
I have never reacted to the negativity thrown at me in anything other than compassion.
Never.
Because
for me, I had to understand, because I used to be that person.
I got fortunate. Let's remember, I'm 47. I didn't start living my public life until I was 34. So many more people, all of you, are growing up with it now. So I'm sure if I was 18 and started doing the Garyvee thing, that I was
back then.
Yeah, I was probably a less strong mentally supernova.
Yeah.
Though I was still me, I would have probably done well-ish, but I would have succumbed. I would have definitely had insecurities around who the fuck knows, my zit, or there would have been shit, right?
Yeah.
I can relate to that. For me, I got fortunate when this all went down. I was on the other side of the hill by then. If someone asked me what's driving you for all the stuff you put out in the world, I feel an enormous amount of guilt for how little anxiety I have. I don't know how else to say it. In my true purple, it is a mixture of guilt and gratitude, but it's tough to talk about publicly when you know how many of the 8 billion people on earth don't have that. I'm so simple in real life that I struggle to be anxious. And what I mean by that is nothing bothers me except the occasional pop-up of fear that someone I love is gonna get sick or die soon. And then when that happens, everything else is just way too manageable. And I feel like the reason I'm talking about this is I have to believe the fact that I sleep like a fucking baby. And I mean really. The second I lay down, it's good night, Charlie. I do not sit there and think about anything. Anything.
Yeah.
It's,
why do you think that is?
Because I don't have anxiety.
I know, but why?
Because I think I keep life incredibly, uncomfortably simple.
How so?
I don't care about anything except 20 people's health. Yeah. Genuinely, actually, for real, nothing.
I mean, I understand. I'm just trying to convey it for the listeners, because
I'll give you a great example. I think it would, even people that kind of know me well, knock them to their soul when we hang out in heaven and I show them how much I cared about my professional career. Nothing.
Yeah.
I have almost...
That was my favorite part of your book. One of the first sentences in there, once you truly understand how unimportant business is,
then you can get good. 100%, brother. Thank you for calling that out. I have almost none of my self-esteem wrapped up in my professional accomplishments. If I'm on the other side of consuming me, unless I'm like 5 years in and really listened to all the words, I don't see how one could get to that conclusion. But it's true. It's all just a game. It's all simple. It's all slow for me. It's all easy. I love people. People can't hurt me. I'm not trickable. I believe in my intuition. My emotional intelligence is off the charts. When people try to hurt me, I'm not mad at them. I have compassion for them. It's just all fucking simple and quiet.
It really is that simple.
It really is that simple. Now, what even compounds that is I have a heavy dose of humility in that, because I realize that that is the work of my DNA and my parenting and my environment, all of which have nothing to do with me. So on top of everything I just said, when you also then say these things and you come from a place of humility, like one of the reasons I passionately talk about what I talk about when it comes to me is I think I'm giving roses to my parents. When I talk about me in this setting, I don't feel anything good about it. I feel good that my parents get to hear it, and they should feel good about it. They're the creators of. When I talk in any context about myself, that's me giving roses to Sasha and Tamara Vaynerchuk, not to me. They built this. My mom built this. My dad built this. For real. Now, there was circumstance but they decided to come to America. So they even get the credit for that. I mean, they get a lot of this. And so for me, I do have pride in the way I've built my companies. Like when I look at VaynerMedia, I'm like, I did this. Of course, my team, but fuck, I did this. But when I talk about me, that's what makes me laugh about people ego or I'm which is insecurity, but I don't know, Michael Jordan. Let's talk about it. Is that for Michael Jordan or is that for his parents? I really think about this shit. I think the person that can talk about their kids, can talk about their businesses, their output into society. But, it gets hard to when I think about my lack of anxiety, I'm like, man, that was a son of a bitch fucking masterclass of how to build a human being. My mom gave me affirmation of confidence on the best things, held me accountable to things that didn't matter, school, but didn't have my validation wrapped up in it.
How do you handle stress and adversity in your businesses?
By realizing it doesn't mean dick. I mean it. I have never been able to really get down on business because I basically make pretend in my mind when something awful happens in business that instead of this awful thing that happened, we had a great day, but I got a phone call that one of the 10 people I love the most died in a horrific accident, and it just wakes me up and puts me in perspective. I have business in a very big perspective. I am unbelievably not interested in money. I do not validate myself. I'm not interested in flashy shit. I'm into the game. Money is great. It's fine. It rewards a lot of opportunity, but the stress is easy when you don't have your emotions wrapped up in the success of your business.
Yeah.
I love doing business. The reason I garage sale or go do a week at a baseball card show like I just did is because I love the process, not the gifts that are given to me personally from the business. So the stress that I get from business is extremely low because I'm not scared to go to zero.
Yeah, makes sense.
You understand?
Yeah.
And that, if you go deeper, is grounded in the fact that I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about me.
Yeah.
If I completely collapse and go to zero and everybody here and all of social and all of internet says, see, he was full of shit, he wasn't good, I genuinely wouldn't care.
Yeah.
I just have no interest in living my life based on other people's opinions.
Thank you.